Hello there, Vic Benedict here. We're playing God of War 2 on Titan difficulty. This is my no upgrade run plus. And this enemy that we're fighting here, it doesn't have an entry in the bestiary, so for all intents and purposes, it doesn't have a name. Now, if you need to know what the no upgrade run conditions are, I've put them in the description at the very end. At the very beginning of the description, you will find the playlist's URL. That's what I do for every project, because when people, want to find the playlist, it's really easy. I think if the person has the link at the top of the description in every video, it's just helpful. That's what I would want to see on other channels. I think it's a very helpful thing to do, and that's why I do it, because I want to see it on other videos, and I'm trying to set a high standard. And speaking of standards, these videos will be recorded in 1080-60, and they will be rendered in 1080-60. So I'm trying to give the very best quality to you guys. And it is a shame that that enemy doesn't have an entry in the bestiary, but at least we have a bestiary that's 45 enemies deep. Okay? So I went all the way down over there to get a few of the orbs for smashing that rock wall that concealed the item box. Some of these boxes are going to be giving me 0 orbs, and if you see me do an attack, it's just to bring up the HUD so you can see that I'm not getting any orbs. Okay, so we're going to jump on down here. It looks like we have item boxes down here. I thought there was a red box over there, but there isn't. In this video, we are going to be taking on the Barbarian Bitch, or the Barbarian Bastard as he goes by. He is really named the Barbarian King, but I like to call him either the Barbarian Bitch or the Barbarian Bastard. Just depends on whichever one I want to select when I'm trying to think about that dude. And the next fight that we're going to do has a checkpoint that I don't like, honestly. And one of the reasons that I don't like it does involve one of my neuroses about having to get the red chests when getting them serves no purpose in a run like this, since we can't spend them on anything. I'm just trying to accumulate them and see how many we can get. And we'll do the next fight in a minute, and you'll see another small neurosis up here. Neurosis, I should say. Because I'm going to use the amulet to halt time, and then I'm going to shatter this glass over here just to get the orbs. I'm not sure. We have 5120. Let's see how many they give us. Nothing? It looked like some orbs came. Did we? Yeah, we broke the glass, so it looks like they're not giving out any for that. So just click in the left, or L1 plus R1 will allow you to activate this. And since this is not Pain Plus, you can actually use the amulet to slow down time on encounters and on the one of the final bosses too. Okay, so this is where the checkpoint is. I don't like opening this box every single time, even though there's no reason to do it. And then we have Wraiths of Athens Wraiths right over here. There are 2 Wraith types in this game. The Wraiths of Athens that you're looking at now, and also the Wraiths of Asphodel, which we'll see a little bit later. They throw projectiles, and they're really cheap and little cunning little bastards. But I'm going to shatter the head so that it will allow me egress out of here, and this is going to be done under Pain Plus conditions, guys. So if you're doing a Pain Plus run, this is how I would recommend doing it. All I do is I grab one, double jump. That's not what I'm trying to demonstrate. Double jump, hit, attack, or just I'll either attack and grab in the air, or just grab in the air indiscriminately with no rhyme or reason. So toss one down and then go for the other, and then just repeat ad nauseum. And then when you kill one, then we're going to change the tactics. See, there's me doing strikes and then grabbing. Don't attempt to grab the one that you've just thrown down, otherwise you'll get punished big time, because that's a little beginner's trap on this enemy. Okay, so now one is gone. What we're going to do, because we have nymphs coming in here, which I really disagree with, we're going to stand out here and do the super plume because these nymphs don't have too much HP, and since we don't have the golden fleece yet, we can't parry projectiles, or let alone parry. So I'm going to stand out here, and these guys don't follow you, so I'm going to exploit the arena and just take care of those guys. Of course, you can just slow down time if you want to and slaughter this battle, but again, I'm trying to do it under pain plus conditions. Under no upgrade run plus conditions, go for it. Just use the amulet, slow down time, and murder. But you see this? Here's the key, guys. I'm murdering and I'm doing this. So I'm trying to teach you guys how to destroy this game. Okay, one is gone. Now this guy's meat. He's a dead bitch. He was a dead bitch the second I saw the orbs from the other one coming out. So now we're gonna go up here, and this is another checkpoint I don't really like. It isn't bad, but okay, so we've got some Cyclops truants down here and some wild boars. Now, the tactic that I'm going to at least try to get to work on one, it's not going to work too well, but remember what I said about collision? I'm going to try to use some collision on these wild boars to get damage on the Cyclops tyrants. There are three Cyclops types in this game, you guys, and as we get to each new one, I'll reference what it is. But you'll come down here, and the wild boars, if you grab them, you kill them. But I'm trying to deal damage to these Cyclops truants, or tyrants, excuse me. Did I ever say truants? Because I meant tyrants. So what I'm trying to do is wait for them to attack, and then launch them, and then have them get collided with the beast here. So they're gonna pop out. He likes to grab them, so as long as he doesn't hog these hogs, we should be okay. So I'm gonna launch and then throw. He tends to taunt when I'm doing that, so I eventually get one of this to work. He also throws, so block, and we're gonna quickly dispatch this guy without even using the blades. See, I'm gonna launch. This is hitting him. See, instantly he goes to O. We'll grab him. Oh, I got grabbed. Fuck you, asshole. But at least we dealt some good damage. And then look at this. Now try to grab shit, bitch, motherfucker. But he's low on health. Even though we missed the O button prompt, he's still going down. Yeah, he's dead. This guy's dead. And as you witness, the O button fades pretty quick. See, he's dead. All that collision. He couldn't survive the collision. Now we're going to do the combat roll around and just do like super plumes and standard attacks. Maybe an occasional square triangle. We're not going to use magic, so we are going to be doing this on pain plus conditions. I'll tell you every time that I'm doing a fight under pain plus conditions, guys, just to let you know. And every time I say that it is being done under pain plus conditions, think to yourself, well, if that is just too much for you to handle, just content yourself with knowing that you have many resources at your disposal. You've got the rage, you've got all the magic, you've got the ability to slow down time if the occasion permits, which it doesn't much, but you've got a lot of tools. You can use different weapons and things like that. So it's just because I'm trying to mimic what I did before on the Pain Plus, and I'm trying to not use magic. And magic just is simply not going to be used hardly, except on extremely hard situations, bitch. But these guys can really easily grab you, and the punches that they do into the ground. Even though it looks like, you might have a hard time getting out of it, it's a really fair damage radius. But you have to realize, guys, that I'm not doing the standard roll. I'm always doing the combat roll, which does give me an advantage, and it's going to give you an advantage too, to more expeditiously get, and I hate to say it, but I've been swearing so many other times, haven't I, so it doesn't much matter, get the fuck out of Dodge. And the Super Plume has an extreme amount of range to it, and that's one of the reasons I love this game so much. the weapons. I love the chains. I love the range of them and the speed and the flexibility, and just the whole aesthetic of it. I can't tell you how much I enjoy playing this game, and you know, going to battles and just sitting in my chair and just absolutely loving playing this game. It's so, like, it's, I don't know how to say it. It's so me. It's not funny. Like, I identify myself with this game so much. I have a savage love for it, guys. I really do. But you need to quickly get over to them when they have the O button prompt. And you might notice too that he has a longer animation for when you roll backwards. He's more vulnerable too. So if you can help doing that, try not to roll back. Try to roll any other direction, because they do it on purpose. That right there, that roll, I don't like it. Would I remove it? I don't know if I would remove it. It could be something that balances the game out. I wouldn't want to ruin anything. I think it's okay. You know, you have the choice to not do it, but sometimes, you know, you have to go a certain direction, obviously. But okay, so we've got one down. That wasn't too bad. And then just one left, so this guy doesn't stand much of a chance at all. And then we'll be facing the Barbarian Bastard. And I'm gonna try my very best to do this bitch no damage, guys. The Barbarian bitch. But I might not be able to do the second two phases sans damage. But I'm gonna try my very best to do the first two stages without taking damage, and I won't be using magic on him either. And I should be premiering the weapon switching mechanic of getting iframes when using. Well, you can also use the Gorgon, but since we don't have that yet, we're gonna use the bow. So the wall is still sealed, so we need to come over here. I'm going to leave that chest for later. We'll get filled up. The Barbarian Bastard is going to fill us up, which is pretty good of him. And I'll leave that too, since we haven't used it. So we're going to kick this over here. And remember, I'm leaving all of these cutscenes in that are 60. So pull the statue out, and then you're going to be throwing this lever. And then you're going to be pushing that onto that, and then pulling the lever again. So place it properly. And then pull the lever, and then quickly jump up here. I'm sure you can make the jump even if you're a little slow. And then see there's a little rise in the pavement there that we need to kick this thing over, and then that will permit us to drag it over here. And I'm not going to keep this cutscene in afterwards because it was one of those low res cutscenes. And then we're going to jump on down here, save our progress, and then head on over to the Barbarian Bastard. And there's a bit of backstory that I'm going to be trimming out too. I think you can also hit those courses that are dangling from the tree. Here's the Bog of the Forgotten, and here is the next part. You've got a couple of button presses, and I think maybe just one analog swipe, and then we will be facing the Barbarian Bitch. Okay guys, so we're coming upon the Barbarian Bitch. In fact, he's right in front of us. We have a couple of quick time events to do as we're riding on the back of his horse. This is a fight in 4 phases, and you get a checkpoint in between the 3rd and 2nd phase. So here he comes. Now, you can't block him when he's galloping around, but when he's just walking slowly like this, then you can block his hammer strike. And we're going to completely take advantage of the fact that when you're standing in front of him, he doesn't have a means of getting away from you. So all you have to do on this phase to avoid taking magic, because we're going to do this fight completely under pain plus conditions, is we're going to stand right in front of him for this phase, doing square, triangle, and then block. And then once, do you see how the magic kind of dissipates? When I see that happening, I just guard and I don't do any further attacks, because I don't want to get out of the rhythm of what I'm doing here, and that kind of disrupts it. So that's all you have to do here. I think I tried to do the first and second phase no damage. This is certainly no damage. It's really easy to get through this without taking damage. And setting yourself up into a corner like this is really simple, guys, so there shouldn't be any problems with that. And then at length you'll see the circle over his head, and then you'll press that, and you won't have any quick time events to do. And then you'll be in phase 2, which is just a grab fest. But since these ghosts that he summons can grab you, it can get out of control easily, because then he can do his attacks while they're grabbing you. So what you want to do is just stand right in front of him, keeping your guard up, and he's going to summon 3 lines of these ghost enemies here, one of which will be a familiar friend, and all you have to do is just grab them. It looks, from what the look of it is, these guys, they should be in the bestiary, but they are barbarian mercenaries. We'll fight more of them after the fight, but they won't be these ghost ones here outlined in purple. So yes, it does look like his attack, that little area of effect or whatever he does with his fucking hammer, that goes through you when they grab you, but I think if he hits you when they're grabbing you, it doesn't go through you, so you have to be on the lookout for that. And what you can do is keep your guard up until he doesn't attack, and then you can start grabbing these guys. But they can grab you quickly, though, so I'm a little uncomfortable with this fight because of just their propensity to grab. And it's not that bad. I mean, you saw it. It's almost over. And then here he's going to summon another one of these guys here, and then this is actually one of the characters from God of War 1. I'm going to grab the Mercenary first, and then he's going to do his hammer attack. I'm going to do this. Kratos, for some reason, throws him like that, and then you get a checkpoint. And then I'm going to be premiering a kind of a advanced tactic on this guy for you guys, because the best way to deal with this phase is to do what I guess you would call arrow canceling. So anytime that he hits you, activate Typhon's Bane. You can't do it early enough, you can't do it late enough, it has to be really precise here. And it looks really complicated at first, but as long as you start like seeing what it is, getting the timing here, learning this boss, because if you get killed here, you start right on him, so it's an excellent place to practice this guy. So this is all you have to do, because it's hard to get close to this guy, and this move here allows you to get close to him. So just stand right here and activate Typhon's Bane every time, like right before he's going to hit you, and you'll go through it because you have iframes when you're activating it. Now the problem is that when you're pressing the square button a lot, sometimes you might inadvertently, as I just did right there, use magic, so that will go in the face of the pain plus conditions, and it's a violation, but it kind of just comes with the course. It sometimes just happens because you're pressing the square button too quickly. And then here's the fourth phase, which I don't like at all. See, you can block everything that he does, physical attacks, but he does this projectile sequence, and he really favors it. And what you need to do is just evade out of the way, but if they hit you, they stagger you, and many of them hit you. So I don't really have a recommendation here. It's either you want to do the combat roll around the arena a lot, or just like do one evade left or right when you see him throwing these. Shinobi premieres it like brilliantly. If you watch his video, he has it like perfectly timed. I can't seem to get it. But this is all you do, you guys, and then just block everything that he does here. He doesn't have much health at all. So just keep guarding against his attacks, and then you will frequently see him doing those projectiles. And then every time that he comes at you with the hammer, just be grateful, because it's really easy to block it and guard, and, you know, get your hits in afterwards. And it's just that if he didn't spam this shit, it would be a lot better, but it's hard to evade that, and it's not blockable. That ground pound that he does that sends out a little shockwave, that's blockable too. But here's the O button. You have to really rapidly tap this O button. And I will admit here, guys, that I did pause the screen right before each of these QuickTime events, because I just don't want to risk it. I don't think I paused it before the O at the end of that, but I paused it in front of the previous two. And I have no shame in it. I'm not above saying that I paused it. But here we've got some mercenaries, and just completely grabbable, so just do what you need to on these guys. It's the only time that you fight them, save for when they were ghosts helping the boss out. And should you die on those mercenaries, it gives you a checkpoint. It even gives you a checkpoint when you come onto this side too. And then that has been Installment the 3rd, guys. We're going to head on up to Euryalus Temple, facing a couple of the rabid... Or excuse me, yeah, the rabid boars. No, what are these? Wild boars. Just 2? Apparently just 2. They're giving out rage too. So we had one small violation, maybe more than one, but really minor transgressions, and that's a tactic that I'm gonna be using on Euryalus too. So I wanted to show you how to do it there, guys. Take care.